Good morning, students. Just after the completion of the chapter thermodynamics, next switch over to an important chapter that is known as chemical equilibria. No doubt it is one chapter, but it consists of two units. One is chemical equilibrium and one is ionic equilibrium. So we first switch over to first subunit, that is chemical equilibrium. Mark that. The chapter is chemical equilibrium. It is the first subunit. Next, second subunit is ionic equilibrium. These two chapters constitute under the heading of chemical equilibria. So in previous chapter, we cleared the two concepts. One is known as reversible reaction and one is known as not reversible or irreversible reaction. Mark that. One is known as reversible reaction. One is known as irreversible reaction. That means the reaction, the chemical reaction which proceed in both the direction at a time is known as a reversible reaction. That means when the reactant react completely to form the product, simultaneously product also decomposes to give the original reactant. At that time the opposing forces is minimum. Then that type of reaction is known as a reversible reaction. On the other hand, if once the reactant react to form the product, then product unable to return back its original position, original reactant, that means the opposing force is maximum, then it is known as not reversible or irreversible reaction. For example, mark that. N2 gas plus 3H2 gas give rise to 2NH3 gas. Mark that. Here nitrogen and hydrogen are considered the reactant and ammonia is the product. And in both the cases, in between, mark that two opposite arrow-headed sign is there. It indicates that both the reaction proceed. That means a reactant moves to forward product also decomposes to reactant. That means the reaction proceed in both the direction. Then it is known as a reversible reaction. On the other hand, NaOH plus HCl give rise to NaCl plus H2O. That is arrow mark is there only in one direction, means the reactant when react completely to the form the product, then the reaction never moves the backward direction. That means the reaction moves only in one direction. Then it is known as not reversible or irreversible reaction. Next we discuss another one term, that is the heading of the chapter, chemical equilibrium. So two terms is there, one is equilibrium and one is chemical equilibrium. So first we discuss what do you mean by equilibrium. That means the term equilibrium represents the state of a process. It represents the state of a process in which the factors like temperature, pressure, concentration do not change noticeably during the progress of the time. Then that state is known as equilibrium state. If it is attained in a physical process, then known as physical equilibrium. If it is attained in a chemical process, then it is known as chemical equilibrium. Physical processes means there is a normal example, that is a process transferring solid phase to liquid phase to vapor phase or solid phase to vapor phase. These are some changes known as physical equilibrium. Let us consider one reaction. AA plus BB give rise to CC plus DD. Mark that in this reaction A and B are known as reactants and C and D are known as products. And this sign indicates, the equilibrium sign indicates that the reaction proceed in both the direction. That means the reactant react together to form the product. At the same time, product also react themselves or decomposes to return back its original reactant. Then it is known as reversible reaction. Next, switch over to the concept. Next, switch over to the concept of chemical equilibrium. Chemical equilibrium. What do you mean by the term chemical equilibrium? It is better to draw a graph knowing the term chemical equilibrium, that is rate versus time. Let us consider a reaction, that means A plus B, reversible sign C plus D. Here A plus B is known as reactant, C plus D known as products. Mark that. So when time t is equal to 0, what is the concentration of reactant? Concentration of reactant, that is A and B, is maximum, while that of product, that is C and D, is minimum. So mark that when the concentration, when the time period increases, when the time progress, means reaction continue after certain time interval, what we observe? That is the concentration of reactant gradually decreases, while that of the concentration of product gradually increases. After certain time interval, it has been informed that the rate of disappearance in the concentration of reactant is equal to that of rate of appearance in the concentration of the product. That state in which the rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction is known as the equilibrium state. As it is in a chemical reaction, that is known as chemical equilibrium. Mark that. It is known as, I indicate it is known as a forward reaction. Forward reaction, it is known as backward reaction. And this point where rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction is known as equilibrium point. Equilibrium point. So from this graph it is clear that this equilibrium is in the dynamic nature. This chemical equilibrium is a dynamic in nature. And during the progress of the time, I repeat again, the concentration of the reactant gradually decreases, while that of the concentration of product gradually increases. And hence, from this graph it is clear that at equilibrium, 2 to 3 points are there. Conclusion. From this graph, we draw some conclusion. Point 1. That means, at the point of equilibrium, the concentration of reactant and product remains same. Point 2. This equilibrium attained if and only if the gaseous reaction carried out in a container, that is a closed one. Next. From this it is also draw one conclusion that the reaction proceed in both the direction and equilibrium must be attained in the both the direction. Next, a catalyst, next point is, catalyst does not affect the point of equilibrium. No doubt, the catalyst, the presence of a positive catalyst increases the rate of forward reaction, increases the rate of backward reaction, but does not alter the point of equilibrium. These are some characteristics of chemical equilibrium. Next, switch over to another important term that is known as law of mass action. Law of mass action. Students, I repeat again, never worry about writing this matter. It is the phase 1, that is, try to clarify your concept. Go through the concept. After then, phase 2, we write the definition, some symbolic notation, and phase 3, go through the problem, calculation, solving the problem. So mark that it is a first long question of this chapter. In this chapter, chemical equilibrium, 2 important long question is there. This one is law of mass action, relationship between equilibrium 2 constant Kp and Kc, and another one important long question is Le-Chatelier principle. Let us discuss one by one. First one is law of mass action. Two Norwegian chemists, Goldberg and Weige, gave one relationship among the rate of reaction with concentration, and according to him, this is known as the law of mass action. This law states that the rate of a reaction is directly proportional to the active mass of the reactant. Mark that. Let us consider a hypothetical reaction A give rise to the product. Let us consider a hypothetical reaction A give rise to the product. Then, according to this law, the rate of a reaction R is equal to dx by dt. What do you mean by rate? The change in concentration with respect to change in time. So, the rate of a reaction directly proportional to the active mass. What do you mean by active mass? That is means molar concentration. Concentration of the reactant expressed in moles per liter. That is known as a molar concentration or active mass, represented by the square bracket. Rate of reaction proportional to the active masses of the reactant. Mark that. If we rewrite this equation, A plus A give rise to product, then the rate of reaction directly proportional to concentration of a first reactant and also the product of another concentration of a. The rate directly proportional to concentration of this reactant and also rate directly proportional to concentration of this reactant. That means we write molar concentration of reactant species raised to the power is equal to its coefficient. Mark that. That means is it clear? Good. That means if we go through a hypothetical reaction, that is AA plus BB give rise to a product, then applying this law, we may represent it, that is R proportional to molar concentration A to the power A into B to the power of B, or R is equal to K A to the power A, B to the power of B. So hence from this expression, the law of mass action may also be stated as, that is, the rate of a reaction directly proportional to the product of active masses of the reactant species. I repeat again in another way. The rate of a reaction directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of reactant species, and each term raised to the power, each term raised to the power is equal to their coefficient which is represented in a balanced chemical reaction. Okay, I repeat again. This law states that, the law of mass action states that the rate of a reaction directly proportional to the product of a molar concentration of the reactant species, and each term raised to the power is equal to its coefficient, which is represented in a balanced chemical reaction. And this K is a proportionally constant known as a rate constant, or a velocity constant, or a specific reaction rate. Then we derive another one term that is known as chemical equilibrium, law of chemical equilibrium. Mark that. Next, we deduce another one, that is law of chemical equilibrium. Do not write this one, try to understand. Let us consider hypothetical reaction, that is AA plus BB give rise to CC plus DD. So mark that as the reversible reaction proceeds in both the direction, we select first segment reactant side, then we select the segment product side. Mark that. So RF, that means rate of forward reaction. First we select the forward reaction. RF, that means rate of forward reaction. According to this law, proportional to A to the power A into B to the power B, or RF is equal to KF A to the power A into B to the power B, where Kf is also a proportionally constant known as a rate constant in forward direction. Okay, any doubt? Good, no doubt. Similarly, we can write in observing the backward reaction, RB is equal to KB into C to the power C into D to the power D, where RB stands for rate of backward reaction and KB is a proportionally constant known as rate constant in backward direction. And we already cover. That means at the state of equilibrium, what we observe at the state of equilibrium? RF is equal to RB. That means rate of forward reaction is equal to that of rate of backward reaction. Okay. So from this equation 1 to, that means RF is equal to RB. It is clear that RHS of equation 1 is equal to RHS of equation 2. That means KF A to the power A, molar concentration of B to power B is equal to KB, C to the power C into D to the power D. Okay, or mark that Kf by KB is equal to molar concentration C to the power C into D to the power D divided by A to the power A into B to the power B. This is known as Kc. Equation 3. Okay, observe that from the equation 3, this law of chemical equilibrium may be defined as the ratio of rate constant to rate constant, that is rate constant forward direction by rate constant backward direction, that is known as equilibrium constant. So from this equation 3, law of chemical equilibrium may be defined as the ratio of product of molar concentration of product species each raised to the power is equal to its coefficient to the product of molar concentration of reactant species each raised to the power is equal to its coefficient is a constant which is known as equilibrium constant. Okay, I repeat again, mark that. The ratio of product of molar concentration of product species each raised to the power is equal to its coefficient to the product of molar concentration of reactant species each raised to the power is equal to its coefficient is another constant which is known as equilibrium constant. Kc, C means concentration. When concentration represented in moles per liter, then it is known as Kc. When concentration represented in terms of atmospheric pressure, then it is known as Kp. When the concentration expressed in terms of partial mole fraction, then known as Kx. In phase 2, we deduce a relationship between this concentration Kp, Kc and Kx. Okay. So before going to the derivation, that is a relation between Kp and Kc, it is necessary to jump to segment to write some definition and fundamental relationship. Now note down some definition part. First one is equilibrium. What do you mean by equilibrium? Note down. Equilibrium represent the state of a process. It represents the state of a process in which the properties like temperature, pressure, concentration do not change with the progress of the time of the system, do not show any change with the passage of time. Okay. Next, if the opposing processes involved only in physical change, then the equilibrium is known as physical equilibrium. On the other hand, if the opposing process involves in chemical changes, then the equilibrium is known as chemical equilibrium. And most important thing that at equilibrium, the two opposing processes takes place at equal rate. Okay, good. Move to next. The most common equilibrium involving, the most common equilibria, equilibrium is the singular, in plural it is known as equilibria. The most common equilibria involving physical processes means those are involved in phase transformation. For example, solid phase transfer to liquid phase transfer to gaseous phase, solid phase transfer to gaseous phase. This is known as some examples of physical equilibrium. Then move to the characteristics of equilibrium involving the physical processes. 2 to 3 points are there. Mark that. At equilibrium, some noticeable property, some observable property like temperature, pressure, concentration of the system becomes constant. Next, equilibrium involving gases. If a chemical reaction going on in a vessel and all the reactant products are gaseous one, then only equilibrium attained if and only if the container is closed one. Mark that. Equilibrium involving gases can be attained only if it is a closed vessel. Next, it is very, very important. That means equilibrium is dynamic in nature. What do you mean dynamic in nature? Means rate of forward is equal to rate of backward reaction. Mark that. The equilibrium is dynamic in nature. That means there are two opposing processes which are taking place at equal rate. That means the speed in which the concentration reactant gradually decreases, at the same speed the concentration of the product gradually increases. Next point. At equilibrium, the concentration of different substances become constant at constant temperature. These are some characteristics of physical equilibrium. Then switch over to the chemical equilibrium. Under chemical equilibrium, before going to the chemical equilibrium, it is necessary to go through two fundamental terms. One is what do we mean by reversible reaction and what do we mean by not reversible or irreversible reaction. First one is reversible reaction. Reversible, that means the reaction which is reverse in nature, means reactant and product both the direction, the reaction proceeding in both the direction, known as reversible reaction. Means when the reactant react completely to give the product, under the same condition of temperature and product also return back to its original reactant, then known as reversible reaction. Mark that. Reversible reaction. A reaction which takes place not only in the forward direction but also in the backward direction under the same condition is known as a reversible reaction. Next, What are some examples of reversible reaction? Note down some examples. N2 gas plus 3H2 gas give rise to 2NH3 gas. Then PCl5 gas, reversible sign, PCl3 gas plus Cl2 gas. Next, H2 gas plus I2 gas, reversible sign, 2HI gas. These are some examples of reversible reaction. Next, we go to not reversible or irreversible reaction. If a reaction cannot take place in the reverse direction, if only move in only one forward direction, never reverse its backward direction, that means the product once formed do not react to give back the reaction to original reactant under the similar condition of temperature, pressure, then known as it is a reversible reaction. Then switch over to the concept of equilibrium. Mark that. What is the concept of chemical equilibrium? Let us consider a general reversible reaction A plus B give rise to C plus D. Then at the beginning, we assume that the concentration of reactant, that is A and B, is maximum, while that of C plus D is minimum or zero. When time proceeds, when reaction proceeds, what happens? The concentration of reactant gradually decreases, while the concentration of product gradually increases. A time reaches, that is known as equilibrium point, in which the RF, rate of forward reaction, is equal to RB, that is the rate of backward reaction. The decrease in concentration of reactant is equal to increase in concentration of product, that is known as equilibrium point. Mark that, this is the graph. If we plot a graph by taking rate versus a time, it is known as a forward reaction, it is known as a backward reaction. Initially, the concentration reactant maximum, while that of product is minimum. When time proceeds, reactant concentration gradually decreases, while product concentration gradually increases. And it is the point when RF is equal to RB, that point is known as equilibrium point. Mark that. Consider the general reversible reaction A plus B give rise to C plus D. In the beginning, that means when time is equal to 0, the concentration of A and B is maximum and that of the concentration of C and D is minimum, that is 0. Product is 0. As the reaction proceeds, the concentration of A and B are start decreasing with the passage of time, while that of the concentration of C and D increasing with the passage of time. Finally, ultimately a stage comes when the rate of forward reaction is equal to the rate of backward reaction. That means RF is equal to RB. Then this reaction then said to be attaining the state of equilibrium or the state of chemical equilibrium. Then switch over to what are the characteristics of chemical equilibrium. 3 to 4 point 1. At equilibrium, the concentration of each of the reactant and product become constant. Then next point, at equilibrium, the rate of forward reaction is equal to that of backward reaction. That means RF is equal to RB. And the most important thing is that hence the equilibrium is dynamic nature. Most important thing is that the chemical equilibrium is a dynamic nature. What do you mean by dynamic nature? That means the reaction in both the directions proceed at a same rate. That is, RF is equal to RB means rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. Okay. Next is, a chemical equilibrium can be established, already I discussed, if a reaction involving gaseous species, then it is carried out in a container, then the container must be closed one. No chances to escape out the product species. Then only equilibrium attained. Mark that. A chemical equilibrium can be established only if none of the product is allowed to escape out. And next, chemical equilibrium can be attained from the either direction. Means this equilibrium can be attained from the forward direction as well as in the backward direction. And last, a catalyst. Important term is that a catalyst does not alter the position the position of the equilibrium point. No doubt, presence of a positive catalyst increases the rate of forward reaction, similarly increases the backward reaction, rate of backward reaction, but does not alter the position of the equilibrium or the point of equilibrium. Next, switch over to the important segment, that is law of mass action. I already told this one. Two Norwegian chemists, one is Goldberg and Wage, gave a relationship between rate of reaction with molar concentration or active mass, and according to him, that is known as law of mass action. This law states that the rate of a reaction is directly proportional to its active mass, and hence the rate of a chemical reaction is directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of active masses, and each term raised to the power is equal to its coefficient, which is represented in a balanced chemical reaction. Mark that. This law states that the rate at which a substance reacts is directly proportional to its active mass. What do you mean by, I repeat again, what do you mean active mass? Means molar concentration, means concentration expressed in moles per liter. And hence, mark that, and hence the rate of a chemical reaction is proportional to the product of active mass of the reactant species. Next, switch over to the mathematical derivation. Let us consider a hypothetical reaction. A plus B give rise to product, where A, B are known as reactant. Then according to this law, rate at which A, the first reactant, react proportional to active masses of A. Similarly, rate at which B react, the second reactant B react is proportional to active mass of B. Therefore, rate at which A and B react together proportional to A into B, or is equal to K into active mass of A and B, where K is known as a proportionally constant, known as a velocity constant, or a rate constant, or a specific reaction rate. Mark that. Again, consider another reaction. 2A plus 3B give rise to product. This reaction may be represented or rewrite as A plus B plus B plus B give rise to product. Then, rate at which first A react proportional to active mass, rate at which second A react proportional to active mass. Therefore, the rate at which both reactant A react together is proportional to product of the A and A, that means square of the active mass. Similarly, 3B is there, we write, similarly the rate at which B react is proportional to product of active mass of B to the power Q. Therefore, the rate of reaction between A and B is proportional to molar concentration of A to the power 2 into molar concentration of B to the power 3. Let us consider another hypothetical reaction. Hence, for a general reaction, if we consider a general reaction, AA plus BB plus small letter is the coefficient, the large, the another big letter is known as the reactant. AA plus BB plus CC plus DD give rise give rise to product. Then, according to the law of mass action, rate at which the rate of reaction, reactant react directly proportional to the active mass of molar concentration A to the power A, B to the power B into C to the power C into ... That means, from this expression, the rate of reaction, the law of mass action may also be stated as, note down, last one. Hence, from this expression, from this relation, the law of mass action may also be stated as, note down, the rate of a reaction, note down, the rate of a reaction, the rate of a reaction is directly proportional to, the rate of a reaction is directly proportional to the product of active masses of the reactant species, product of active masses of the reactant species, and each term raised to the power, and each term raised to the power is equal to its coefficient. Each term raised to the power is equal to its coefficient, which is represented in a balanced chemical reaction. Next, note down the law of chemical equilibrium. Mark that, the law of chemical equilibrium. Let us consider a hypothetical reversible reaction. A plus B give rise to C plus D, where A and B are known as reactant and C and D are known as a product. At equilibrium, suppose the active masses means molar concentration, means concentration expressed in moles per liter. Let us consider at equilibrium the active masses of A, B, C and D represented like this, square bracket known as molar concentration of as A, B, C and D respectively. Then applying the law of mass action, the rate at which A and B react together, that means the rate of forward reaction symbolized RF proportional to product of active masses of A and B. That means RF is equal to, if we remove the proportional sign, give equal sign and a constant, proportional constant, is equal to Kf into product of active masses of A and B, where Kf is a proportionally constant which is known as a rate constant or velocity constant or specific reaction rate for forward direction. Similarly, rate at which C and D react together, that means rate of backward reaction, symbol is RB, proportional to the product of active masses of C and D, or if we remove the proportional sign, then equal to a proportional constant Kb into C and D, where Kb is another proportionally constant which is known as rate constant or velocity constant for the backward direction. And we know that at the state of equilibrium, rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. That means at the state of equilibrium, Rf is equal to Rb. So if we observe the equation 1 and 2, Rf is equal to Kf into product of active masses of A and B, and equation 2, Rb is equal to product of Kb into product of C and D. At the state of equilibrium, if Rf is equal to Rb, equation 1 LHS is equal to equation 2 LHS, then equation 1 RHS is equal to equation 2 RHS. That means Kf into product of active masses of A and B is equal to Kb into product of active masses of C and D. That means by arranging themselves, Kf by Kb transfer to this side, AB transfer to this side. So Kf by Kb, it is a proportional constant, it is a constant under similar condition of temperature and pressure. Constant by constant is another constant, that is known as equilibrium constant. C stands for concentration, when concentration expressed in moles per liter. So Kc is equal to product of active masses of C and D divided by product of active masses of A and B. Okay. Again, consider another hypothetical reaction for more generalization. Another hypothetical reversal reaction, A plus BB give rise to CC plus DD. I repeat again, small letter represent the coefficient, capital letter represent the reactant and product. Then, according to the law of mass action, Kc is equal to product of molar concentration of product species, each raised to the power is equal to its coefficient divided by product of molar concentration reactant species, each raised to the power is equal to its coefficient, is another constant which is known as equilibrium constant. Hence, from this equation, it is equation 3. From this equation 3, the law of chemical equilibrium may be stated as, note down, from the above equation, the law of chemical equilibrium may be represented as, note down, from the above equation, that is equation 3, law of chemical equilibrium may be stated as, next line, the product of, note down, the product of molar concentration of product species. The product of molar concentration of product species, and each ESH, each raised to the power, each term raised to the power is equal to its coefficient. Each term raised to the power is equal to its coefficient divided by the product of molar concentration of reactant species divided by the product of molar concentration of reactant species, and each term raised to the power is equal to its coefficient, and each term raised to the power is equal to its coefficient is another constant which is known as equilibrium constant, Okay, I rewrite again, mark that. The product of molar concentration of product species and each term raised to the power is equal to its coefficient divided by the product of molar concentration of reactant species and each term raised to the power is equal to its coefficient is another constant which is known as equilibrium constant.